Well, as you can tell from the title, we need to have a conversation. We need to have a talk per se, because I've been hearing more and more from the consults that I do that buyer leads are a waste of time, and I could not disagree with you anymore. Now, assuming that that's your mentality, that's something that you believe that buyer leads are indeed a waste of time. Now, I don't know where this actually started, to be completely candid with you, of this rite of passage almost, where when you join the industry, you're going to work with buyers, and then eventually as you build your base, then you work from the seller side, so the listing side. That seems to be the rite of passage. So it just seems that the buyer leads or the buyer clients are more of the grunt work or your dues per se before you become a listing agent. I don't know how that started, but it does seem that that is the career path that a lot of real estate agents embark on, especially as they get training from either their real estate school or their first brokerage or second brokerage, what have you, but it just seems to be the mentality as of late. So with that being said, let's have a conversation. If you are of the mindset that buyer leads are a waste of time, I at least want to introduce to you a different perspective. So if you can hear me out for the next couple of minutes, I promise that it will at least be worth your time. Hey, it's Jaime. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Alright, so full disclosure, in this video, I just want to have a conversation with you. I have a few points listed out that I want to cover, but at the end of the day, I'm probably just going to go with 2 to 3 and spare you the rest. So it just seems that the last couple of days, I've been hearing it more and more and more that buyer leads are a waste of time. Now, I hear this from the consulting that I do, from the agents that I work with from the agency side, and admittingly, some of the agents that I am having strategy calls with here at EXP. So I just wanted to address it. I want to address buyer leads altogether because some agents do see as buyer leads being a waste of time, and I really could not disagree more. And there's several reasons for this, but I want to pick on 2 primary reasons and really elaborate. But before we get to the points, I want to assure you that I absolutely get it. Buyer leads can be frustrating because they come in droves, and a lot of them don't call back. A lot of them never answer. A lot of them never respond to an email. And a lot of people just seem to ghost you. A lot of the leads just do not materialize. And even if some of those leads do respond to you and end up becoming clients, we've all heard this before, that buyers are liars. That is said for a reason. So I fully acknowledge that from that standpoint. And then I also acknowledge the point that right now we're in that seller's market. We're in the seller's market where 5 offers is common. 10 offers is common, even 20 offers is common. So I understand that sellers have a lot of sway right now, but this brings me right into my first point. A reason that I don't believe that buyer leads are a waste of time is because real estate is cyclical. We understand how real estate works. We understand that right now, yes, sellers are having a field day. They are putting whatever price they want on that property, and chances are they get pretty darn close to it. So we fully are aware of that, but we also need to be aware and be reminded that real estate is cyclical. So while sellers are having a great time right now, it's not always going to be that way. Eventually, the market is going to turn, and it's going to be the buyers that have the leverage. And it's the agents that have the buyers that are going to have the true leverage, because they're going to have people that are going to drive the market. So we absolutely need to be reminded of that. Yes, you may have 10 buyers that you're working with right now, but no home to sell them. I get that. But understand that that's going to eventually turn, and then you're going to have the leverage. So no, I don't believe that buyer leads are a waste of time. And I also don't believe that hitting the like button that is right there, that's just waiting for you to smash that, is a waste of time either. So now would be a great time to take care of that. And the second reason that I don't believe that buyer leads are a waste of time is because of this very overlooked fact. Not all buyers are only buyers. There are some buyers that become sellers in the process. So what does that mean? There are some buyers that are actual homeowners. So they have to sell the home that they're in right now to buy that next one. And it is this point right here that is often overlooked by a lot of real estate agents. So as an example, whenever I go through the strategy session with every single agent that I work with that wants to focus on the listing side, I have to remind them of this. And also, we come up with a strategy that's going to target buyers and sellers at the same time. And one of those examples of that strategy is targeting new construction. The reason that we target new construction is because Generally, people that buy new are not going to be first-time homeowners. They're going to be second-time homeowners, third-time, fourth-time, five-time. They're going to be people that already own a home, so they have to sell their home before they buy new. So we're leveraging the fact that people that generally buy new construction homes already have a home to sell because that's what they bought for their first home. So they bought a resale, in other words. And it's because of this fact that you are not only working from a buyer angle, aka helping that person buy a brand new home, but you're also working from the listing side or the seller side because they have that home to sell before they can get into that next property. So there, you're talking about 2 transactions as opposed to 1. You're leveraging 1 client and getting 2 transactions from that 1 client alone. And not only that, think about how you're getting these clients. You're targeting these clients from the buyer side. So you are getting them as a buyer lead because they want to buy that new construction. So if you've run any types of ads in the past and run buyer ads or seller ads as they're commonly known, you're going to see that your buyer ads, which produce buyer leads, are going to generate a ton more leads than the ones that do sellers only. So it's not uncommon to get 5 to 10 buyer leads for every 1 seller lead. It's that drastic. So if you break that down to its truest form, your marketing expense is less because your buyer leads are less expensive. And then 2, you're generating more income because then you're talking about 2 potential transactions in the event that that buyer has to sell their home as well. So no, you can't convince me that buyer leads are a waste of time because that is not true. And let's just say you don't want to work with any buyers at all. You never want to get into your car and show a home to a buyer. Let's just say that's you. And that's completely okay. Everybody has their own business. But let's just take that as an example, and you're not going to show any buyer leads a home, or you're going to work with any buyers. You can always refer that business out to another agent. Another agent will gladly pay you a 25% referral fee for that buyer. So there's no losing with buyer leads. Well, now that we had the conversation about buyer leads, it's time to run some ads and get some more of those leads altogether. So I'll leave a video right here that's going to help you do that. Also, if you found value today, please be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another video. And of course, make it your best day yet.